This is my second system. I made this out of an IBC. I purchased an IBC and I cut off the bottom section here for the sump, and I'll show you the sump here. All the gravel beds are off of the first tank. This I have, that's the sump down there, and then I have a pump, and I pump the water up into this IBC, in which I have goldfish, rather large goldfish, and then I've got a bubbler there, and then the water, this is an overflow pipe right here. Right here is my overflow pipe, and then I have a second one over there, and then the water just flows right back into the sump. Then this 3/4 inch line, which I now wish I had made it a 1 inch line, then runs down to the bottom of the barrel, and then this barrel is my filter, and I also have air going in there because I have a couple of little goldfish in there to eat the mosquito larvae that might show up, although now that I put a bubbler in there, the mosquitoes don't like moving water, so they stay out of there. So the water filters up through a lot of lava rock and filter material down in there, and then it pours over into my deep water culture trough here. Right now I've just got mostly shard, different types of shard growing. They're starting to go to seed, so I'm letting a few of them go to seed. This is actually a black seeded Simpson that's going to seed, so I'm going to try and save the seeds from that. And then I've got different kinds of shard, and then I've got a couple of plants of it's called cabbage collards. So I don't know if they're normal collards, I don't know what they are. And then I've got a couple of seedlings of some tomatoes going that I'm going to then transfer to the gravel beds. And then that's one shard that's going to seed, and I'm going to save the seeds from that. Anyway, then I've got on this end is my my drain, and I think I've showed this in one of my other videos. I made this so that the trough actually goes down about 2 inches, and then I've got this where it'll break, so it's about ready to fill up here. And then I've got my little cap on it, and it'll go into suction, and then after it drains a couple of inches it'll break due to the fact that I have this little cup right there on the side. So and my air tube in the cup, sorry, right there. So that cup, once the air or the water gets sucked out of it, it'll break the siphon. The problem you have with large bodies of water like this is that if you do it any other way, it won't break. It'll just keep sucking, and so that'll break the siphon right there. So this is my first big tank. I've got catfish in here. I just fed them, they haven't eaten it all yet. And I'm filling it up with some water. And then I've got this U-tube, goes over, and that's where my pump sits. So that takes care of all the gravel beds. I've got kohlrabi, I've got some different shards, celery left over from the winter. The celery just went crazy. I've got a tower with some basil in there, and some more kohlrabi. And so I'm starting to get off of the greens and plant more fruiting stuff. And then this system feeds the trough, and then the big system feeds the gravel beds. And the reason I did, it was working fine all being on the large system, but these goldfish, you can just see their shadows down there, were getting so big that they were eating all the food. And they were like little golden cows running around on the bottom of that big tank. And I think a lot of my catfish just were not eating well. And this winter I lost about 20 of them. So I've got them segregated here. They seem to be perfectly happy, and they're doing a good job feeding my my deep water culture trough here.